Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Folashade Agbolade. I am a doctoral student at Towson University in the United States. This presentation introduces to you the Adaptive Pedagogical Readiness Architecture, or APRA. This is a conceptual instructional design architecture for preparing pre-service teachers to teach emerging digital technologies through immersive learning. The central argument is simple. Immersive technology becomes educationally valuable when it is intentionally designed to develop teachers' professional judgment, not merely to um, not merely their familiarity with using new tools. Artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, computational thinking, and related technologies are reshaping K-12 education. Teachers are now expected to do more than just integrate technology into existing lessons. They must be able to explain evolving concepts, facilitate ethical discussions, address misconceptions, and make sound instructional decisions when the content itself may change quickly. This shifts the preparation goal from technical exposure towards adaptive professional capability. Many pre-service teacher programs still provide limited opportunities to design and facilitate instruction in emerging digital technologies. Coursework can build knowledge, but it does not automatically provide repeated opportunities to rehearse teaching or to respond to realistic learner questions, receive feedback, and even for them to revise their decisions. The gap is therefore not simply a lack of technology training, but it is a lack of authentic, supported pedagogical practice. Existing instructional design models explain how to organize learning. Immersive learning frameworks describe experiences and affordances. Teacher readiness research often examines knowledge, confidence, or technology integration. Each contributes something valuable, but together they provide limited guidance for intentionally designing immersive experiences that cultivates the adaptive pedagogical capabilities needed to teach rapidly evolving digital technologies. Uh, This is what APRA is proposing. It's to address that conceptual integration gap. So APRA is not presented here as a new learning theory, and it is not a linear technology implementation model. It is a conceptual instructional design architecture. Its main purpose is to help teacher educators and instructional designers organize immersive learning around the professional capabilities these teachers need. In APRA, immersive learning is the environment in which pedagogical reasoning can be rehearsed, tested, reflected upon, and um, strengthened. What APRA does is to synthesize six complementary perspectives. It looks at experiential learning, which emphasizes that learning through action and reflection is effective. It also looks at situated learning, which anchors knowledge in authentic professional contexts where learners can um, learn in the appropriate environment. And adaptive expertise for grounds flexible response to unfamiliar problems. Reflective practice here supports examination and revision of decisions. So also it looks at cognitive apprenticeship, which makes expert reasoning visible through modeling, coaching, and scaffolding. Also, it looks at the evidence-informed design, which aligns activities and feedback with intended capabilities. So, APRA organizes these six perspectives into a unified design logic rather than treating them as separate theory. It combines the ideas, the concepts behind each of the six perspectives and integrates them as one. This architecture is expressed through six interconnected design principles. The first one is authentic professional context, in which pre-service teachers can learn in that original environment um, of their practice. Second one is adaptive pedagogical decisions. They can practice decision making, being able to take decisions based on the expected learning. The other one is reflective and iterative learning. This one focuses on being able to keep practicing. It's not a one off. They get an environment where they can continue to think about their practices and constantly continue to improve on it. The fourth one is collaborative support, collaborative knowledge construction. In immersive environments, preserve teachers can come together, they can practice together, they can share ideas together, they can work together. In that way, they are able to gain support, not just even with peers, also with their um, mentors, their supervisors. They can, work together within the same environment. The fifth one is the use of evidence to align decisions, design decisions, and provide meaningful feedback. So they can always get instant feedback within this environment. So, lastly, the sixth is design transfer to professional practice. So they're able to design explicitly for transfer to professional practice. What this means is that they can, with the skills and competency they are able to build from this, they are able to take this to their original classroom environment. Also, this is what APRA is um, saying, that these principles operate together. One, when one is removed, it weakens the other in the developmental cycle. APRA should be understood as a developmental cycle rather than a fixed sequence of lessons. A pre-service teacher encounters an authentic situation. Then they can make and justify a pedagogical decision and proceed to receiving evidence and feedback, able to reflect and collaborate with others, and then being able to transfer their reasoning to the new context. What APRA is saying is that repetition matters because adaptive readiness is demonstrated when professional reasoning remains useful even as the technology, the learner needs, or the classroom conditions change. Consider one practical example. For instance, in a virtual classroom, students ask questions about an AI generated response. They want to know if it's trustworthy. While there's also a suspicious link that appears in a shared workspace. The pre-service teacher must be able to decide what to do first, uh, how to explain the scenario to their learners, how to model a safe behavior without creating fear, and how to assess their learners' understanding. So the immersive environment makes the teacher's reasoning observable. Um, Coaching, peer discussion, reflection, and a revised attempt and is possible within the immersive environment. And they can turn this scenario into a professional learning um, practice. This example combines artificial intelligence and cybersecurity, but the same logic can be adapted to other emerging technologies. It can be used in any other new um, technology that may be present. Opera's central contribution is a change in the design question. Instead of beginning with what an immersive tool can do, designers begin by identifying the professional capability Preservice teachers must develop and the evidence that will demonstrate that development. This makes the architecture technology agnostic and durable. It can guide design across virtual reality, simulations, virtual students, mixed reality, and future immersive formats while keeping pedagogy central. Because Opera is a conceptual architecture, the next step is empirical refinement. Future studies should examine how teacher educators and instructional designers interpret and operationalize the six principles, how they assess feasibility and usability, and evaluate outcomes such as pedagogical reasoning, instructional confidence, adaptability, and transfer. Studies should also test the architecture across different digital technology areas and institutional contexts. In closing, APRA offers a foundation for preparing adaptable educators, not merely technology users. Thank you.